Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to yet another video. This right here is going to be, I think, one or a really great example of a really good mirror match. It's Ruby Amethyst versus Ruby Amethyst. Slightly different build, but nonetheless, it's Ruby Amethyst. Um, Honestly, I feel like my opponent was showing his hand. After Mulligan, he had 3 brawls, which is crazy. I think Brawl is such a good card. And I don't think it's going anywhere, to be honest, because if you really think about it, it targets like anything. It targets the core pieces to like almost every deck. So it's always good to have it. And if you mulligan and then you draw into it, it's such a good card. But anyways, quick little thing. Still debating on the future giveaway. Uh, I want it to be spicy. I want it to be good. So I'm really thinking of what to do, and it will be better than the last one. So stay tuned. I will be announcing it shortly. And also, if you guys don't mind, if you guys are enjoying the content, drop a like. Also, comment and subscribe. You guys know that I always reply to all the comments. And if you comment literally anything, it helps with the algorithm. It helps. It pretty much tells YouTube, hey, this is a good video. Let's keep promoting it. The likes as well. So if you guys can take, I don't know, a minute of your life and like the video, comment, and subscribe, that would be great. As a small content creator, all those little things go a long way. And let's get into this gameplay. So fortunately, I went first. I think Ruby Amethyst always shines going first. I didn't have the Flynn line, but I had 2 Chernobog, which it's fine because I was able to go wide, and so I have 2 Chernobog on board and a little Sisu. He summons his little Sisu as well, and he has a snake. Right now, it's kind of like we're not really doing much because we know we can answer each other's board. So it's just kind of like play or ink, play, pass, ink, play, pass. But thankfully, with Chernobog's ability, I'm able to quest for 1 lore, draw a card by banishing it, and then quest. And thanks to Fox, I'm able to bounce it, keep it safe, pay 1 more to resummon it. So he inks a brawl, plays a brawl, which is good because the reason why I replayed him is just to get card draw, you know? I think Ruby Amethyst just extremely shines if you're able to start drawing your cards. If you're able to use Rabbit over and over, you will get all the answers that you need to win. Whether it's Tremaine, whether it's Medusa, B-Prep, Big Sisu, Library, Goat, Bounce Goat, whatever it is. If you're drawing nonstop, you should see your core pieces and you should win. So that's what I was aiming for. So even though he brawled just a Chernobog, it like honestly slowed me down. In this turn, I just inked and didn't do much because honestly, I don't even remember what was in my hand. But he plays 3 for a library, moves to Chernobog, draws 2 by banishing it because it's in the library, and he sings with Sisu. Friends, one thing that I personally, I don't know if you guys agree with me or if you guys have ever thought about this, but one thing I like, a rule of mine, I guess, it's to never sing friends with a 2 cost. I mean, with a 2 quester. I would sing friends with like Fox, Crab, Goat, Rabbit, but not Sisu, because I prefer getting the 2 lore instead of the 2 card draw when anything else almost anything else could sing it. Even Maui could sing it, and I'm not just losing lore, if that makes sense. So he sings with Sisu, which I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm surprised he summons Castle, to be honest. I mean, Library, because he knows I had monsters on the board that could wipe it out. But he decided to do so anyway, so I'm like, all right, that's fine. So his castle lasted like only like his turn, like not even a full turn. Uh, One thing about locations, you need to know when to play them, because if you play him and then your opponent gets rid of it, you kind of wasted a turn. Yeah, I know he banished his Chernobog and he drew two, which is really great. That play will always be great. But I would have waited, to be honest, because you want to be able to make sure it survives and it applies pressure, like extreme pressure. And the fact that he sang with Sisu, leaving it open for me to attack it and get rid of it, it's also shocking. But right now, I'm doing what Ruby Amethyst does best, which is control the board. But he beat preps, but he passes a whole turn. I draw because of Rabbit. Um, and then I draw for turn. But he uses up all his ink just for B prep. I think he only has 3 cards in hand, which is what you want to see because it's already mid to late game, and honestly, that's what you want to see. I ink Snake, and honestly, I pass. I think I had like B preps as well, or like ladies, and I don't want to play a lady when there's nothing on the board, you know. He plays a Flynn, and I was like, all right, cool, that's easy. So I play my library and my Sisu, and I move Sisu into the library, and I'm like, all right, I'm feeling good right now. He can play Maui and get rid of the Sisu, but he Hardcats friends draws two. Again, when you're Ruby Amethyst, that's really what you want to do. Just be drawing and try to find your answers. He does 2 damage to library, and I'm like, all right, that's fine. I get 1 passive lore. He's at 4, I'm at 8, and I'm like, okay. I'm surprised he's still playing Genie. Honestly, I think, and I know it sounds like an excuse, but I think the internet just made me believe that that Genie was really good. But honestly, deep down, I never really liked Genie. I prefer rabbits. In my build, personally, I run 0 genies, 4 rabbits, just good old reliable, and it's been working fine. I've won. I joined 2 set champs. On one of them, I was second, securing my mat and the promo, and on the other one, I was sixth or fifth. But I did not get a mat, but I did get a promo. And honestly, that day was just like, I ended up buying sleeves after the tournament because I feel like my sleeves were like too clunky, if that makes any sense. And it wasn't really drawing. Like I feel like every game I was kind of like trying to outbrick myself because the cards weren't shuffling correctly. Um, but anyways, back to this gameplay. He summons two genies, which is fine. Again, he wants to see card draw, thinning out the deck, finding answers. But I have 2 libraries and a rabbit. So if he like be prepped, or even if I be prepped, I'll draw a card. He wouldn't. Which in this case, I think it's really good to have rabbits instead of genies, because you still get an additional card draw. Rather than genie, you might not get that quest because I'll get rid of it. You know, so it's like, I don't know. To me personally, I don't really like it, but I know some people do, and some people still play it, which is fine. I play 2 bounce rabbit with snake. For 4, I replay rabbit, drawing another card. Again, I'm just trying to see my stuff. I'm just trying to see more answers. Even if I have 20, 30 cards in hand, that's fine. That's even better, because then I know I have answers to your board or to whatever you try to do. And if you have answers to what your opponent does, then that means you are controlling the board. Even though it might seem like they are, but once you you use your hand and show them that you have the answers, you're going to control the board. So that's why drawing as much as you can and continuously drawing works so well with Ruby Amethyst, because then you're drawing your control stuff. Um, he moves Genie to library, which is fine. And he moves the other Genie to the other library. And I'm like, that's fine, because you're using up your ink. I feel like he was struggling a little bit. And reading those little, like, body language is crucial. He did not go for my library, which honestly I was a little surprised, but hey, it is what it is. My libraries are sticking. My libraries are gaining me passive lore, which is what I want. I have enough ink too. I think I'm at 8 or 9, so I could do some stuff. It's not just like B prep and that's it, you know. I could probably B prep and summon a 2 or a 3 drop, which adding a monster after B prep is really good. Or even a third library, who knows. I quest for 2, going for 15, and for 8, I sub in Big Sisu, wiping out his genies, but not getting him a card draw because it's not Rabbit. I mean, yes, it gave him a card draw because it's in the library, but imagine if it was a Rabbit. He would have gotten 4 cards, and that would have been crazy. But I'm applying pressure right here. I'm like, hey, I have 3 for Sisu, 2 for Castle, that's 5, and my other 2 characters, that's 7. Which he has to clear something, mainly the big Sisu. If he could clear more, then that'd be great. But I'm applying that pressure. Like, I'm kind of letting him know, like, you can't just quest. You have to enter my board. You have to do something. And again, that's what Ruby Amethyst wants to do. Draw, enter the board. We set up, and then it's kind of like, okay, now you're playing my game. Even though sometimes it does take a little longer than other times, but once you execute it and you get to that level, Ruby Amethyst is, I'ma say, it's unstoppable, man. It's just very consistent. Good bodies, good overall, such a good deck, and that's why I always go back to it. He plays 4 for Rabbit. Once I saw that he played 4 for Rabbit, I was like, all right, I don't think he has B prep or a crazy ass threat, but he does have Dragon's Fire, which, you know, I was not expecting, but hey, it worked. I go to 17 because of my libraries, and I'm like, all right, I could quest for 2 and just go to 19, and he has to enter both of my my locations. But yeah, so just another quick reminder, if you guys are enjoying this content, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It truly does help. And I will be announcing the future giveaway in the near future. It might be more than one prizing, more than one person winning. So this is what I'm trying to think of possibilities and how I'm going to be running it. So stay tuned on that. And but yeah, it's GG, guys. I'm at 19. He's at 13. He has to literally enter all my board, all my characters, even the non-exerted one, and my location, which honestly, not a lot of decks can do. Stay true to yourself. Peace.